welcome to the HeartWorking Dad podcast. I'm your host, Gabriel Perez, and this is a podcast for Christian fathers looking to do the hard work of HeartWork. And the purpose of HeartWork is so that we can be better spiritual leaders and practical leaders for our families. Every week I do 2 episodes, Tuesday and Friday, and we keep them 10 to 15 minutes long. So quick thoughts to keep you going on your day and something to think about and hopefully impact your leadership and family life. So in today's episode, I want to talk about the importance of the Bible in the morning. My wife asked me the other day, she said, "You've been posting a lot about reading the Bible in the morning, and you're doing you're filming yourself doing content of reading the Bible in the morning. Is that what is the big deal on that? Is that what really is what your content is hinging on?" And I really have to come and illustrate that it is the most important thing I can do for my family. Spiritual leadership starts in the morning. Spiritual leadership starts with God. Leadership starts with God. Guidance comes from God. And how else are we going to get that guidance if we're not doing it first thing in the morning? Can we get guidance later in the day after we've already stumbled our way, after we've already kind of gone through all the ups and downs, and then we get guidance? I don't think it works that way. I don't think that would be beneficial. It's helpful to map out our day and say, okay, maybe this is where I did wrong. God, show me where I can do better tomorrow. That's a great thing to do. But I'm talking about in the morning, receiving from the Father, giving time to God, getting guidance so that you can operate better in your day. So you can operate with a heart that has already spent time with God, that has fellowshiped with Him, that has read from His Word, that has prayed the things that are on your heart, that has covered your family in prayer. These things happen in the morning. And so I truly believe it is the first step to leading your family. And so I really take this from Psalms 119, verse 105. "Your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light to my path." His word. Now, we want that light. We want that lamp unto our path. We want it before we walk the path, before we start the day. We don't want the light after we start the day. It's not going to help us. It will help us, obviously, get a better idea of where we went wrong, but it's talking about a light for your path as you take each step. And so I would really encourage you, gentlemen, carve out time for the Lord in the morning, first thing in the morning. Now, some of you wake up early, and I want to give you some practical steps on how you can make this a part of your day, even if you're waking up early. And so if you're waking up early, just wake up 30 minutes earlier than what you normally do. 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be a long practice. It doesn't have to be this huge inconvenience. And to say inconvenience is really, there's a lack of a better word I could use, but it's hard. It's hard to wake up earlier than what we're probably waking up. It's going to require some discipline on our part to get up early and make this intentional. But I'm telling you, all you need is 30 minutes. And even if you don't have 30 minutes, then let's break this down to just a little bit, maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes where you can sit there, read the Word, pray over your family, pray over your day, ask God for guidance, ask the Holy Spirit to give you wisdom in the day, and take time to listen. So it could be 3 minutes reading the Word, 3 minutes praying, 4 minutes waiting on God and just listening and being in His presence. A good app that I like to use is the Pause app. It can be a pause for 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes. And these pauses have helped me just kind of ground myself into the presence of God, kind of help me get my mind going. It's got great background music. It could be a prayer that John Eldridge leads you in, but it's helpful if this is new to you. It's helpful if this is an experience that you're not used to, and it's something that you want to add into your daily routine. So 1, wake up earlier. 2, download the Pause app. And 3, don't put too much pressure on yourself. I believe the hardest part is going to be waking up. The devil's not going to want you to wake up. He's not going to want you to seek the Lord first in the morning. But what I mean, but don't put the pressure on yourself. Don't think that you're going to come back and be like, I've gotten a huge direction, because sometimes we don't. But more often than not, it's just a feeding of our soul, a feeding of just being in the presence of God that helps us kind of go through our day in a different way. It gives us a little more oomph in our steps. It gives us a little more backbone. It reminds us of our beliefs and our convictions. It reminds us of who God is and who we are. So don't put pressure on yourself that it has to look like this miracle thing, that every morning you're going to receive instruction, you're going to receive this. The goal is to just try and be in the moment. Try to just cultivate space for God to guide you. And I truly believe that as you do this more often, the time grows. I remember when I started, a minute felt a long time. 3 minutes felt a long time. And it was just, at first it was like, I'm just going to run through it. And I did. I just read really quick, prayed really quick, and then I was out the door. But now, as I've been doing this for some time, there's no time limit on it, really. I just kind of go with it. I have a certain amount of reading that I do. I'll journal what sticks out to me, and then I'll pray, and I just kind of sit there a lot of times, drink my coffee, and allow God to speak into me whatever he has, or just to just be there and give him these moments. And it has truly impacted the way I lead my family. And my wife said the other day, we were hanging out with some friends. They said, she remembered her dad waking up. And then she says, and early, and it was kind of like, it was annoying because her dad was always waking up early. But she said it was also comforting because I knew if I had a bad dream, I could come out and he would be there. And she goes, and I'm grateful because I know when our kids come downstairs, they know where they're going to find me. More often than not, unless I'm already gone to work, they know that they're going to find me at the kitchen table, at the chair, reading my Bible, or just sitting there with God. And that is a huge thing because that's also leaving a legacy. That's also leaving something that when they grow up and they remember me, they're going to remember my dad read the Bible. My dad was diligent in waking up early and seeking God. And hopefully that's going to pass on to them and that they're going to do that. And then when they have kids, their kids are going to see them do that. And that's just a movement that you are leading by example and passing on to your kids. So if I can encourage you and challenge you, the challenge would be wake up 30 minutes early, spend time with God. And the encouragement is, if you miss a day, don't worry. Just get back on it. It's okay. It's not gonna destroy you, but I think you're gonna notice a difference in yourself when you don't give God that time. When you don't give yourself that time with God. It isn't a punishment thing like, oh, you didn't check the Bible and pray with me. It's a relational thing. So I hope that helps. I hope you find value in that. And if you find value in this podcast, I would like to encourage you to subscribe and please give a rating 5 stars. If you really like it, it really helps spread the news. And we can catch you on the next episode. Keep on doing the hard work of HeartWork.